Tomorrow morning at 0500 hours, we have to cross over into Laos.
Now, this is Flight Lieutenant Dangler's first mission.
This mission is classified. No one can know.
Come in!
The character of Dieter Dengler was so unusual, and he's such a individual, and such slightly bizarre reactions to the situations that he finds himself in that makes it unusual. And then, of course, there was Werner's friendship with Dieter. They knew each other very well, they were very close. Dieter died a couple of years before I'd met with Werner, so I didn't get a chance to meet with him. But obviously you can see the documentary. And then just, you know, see, you've got that intimacy, that friendship that Werner had, and mix that with Werner's just kind of all-out everyday passion and drive for challenging himself and for creating, overcoming, you know, hurdles, but creating those hurdles in the first place. It's a very interesting movie. It's a very interesting movie to make.
Dieter Dengler, the real character, who was actually larger than life anyway, was a dear friend of mine, unfortunately died. But we always knew his story would end up on the screen as a very big, epic film.
Can you talk about what Werner's personal relationship with the real Dieter did to this story? You know, having him know him so well, what it kind of elevated in the story.
It's one of the elements that really separates this war film about war from other films about war, in that, number one, Werner, to begin with, is apolitical. He had no interest in drawing any parallels to present or past wars, for example. No interest in, I mean, any film about war is inherently political, but he absolutely had no interest in that. This film, to me, represents Werner just really wanting to pay homage to a dear friend. So in that is the impetus for him putting the film together and wanting to make it, rather than to make a statement about war, for or against it. I think it made it really compelling.
You can run in here if you like, but I'm gonna scram.
You cannot escape. Let's say you make it out of camp without water. You won't survive more than 2 days out there. The jungle is the prison.
So what do they say? They plan to march us out in the jungle and kill us. It has to be tomorrow.
How did you discover Dieter? How did you find this guy, find your performance? Did you really close to footage of him and what he was like, or did you kind of just...
I didn't ever want to do an impersonation, you know, which I wouldn't be good at anyway. But he did have a very interesting mannerisms. He was a very interesting character. I mean, Werner, I think, probably wouldn't have even minded if I never even watched the documentary. You know, he was continually saying to me, you know, just don't try to imitate him in any way whatsoever. But I couldn't help but want to take some of it, because it is his character that makes this story so unusual.
Christian is his own Dieter in his own way, even though he studied him a lot. Studied writing, studied the documentary we did together, spoke to the family and so. But the character itself is really based on real events.
Laosha. Yeah, but the camp is Viet Cong, there's no question. Look, I know what you're thinking, but jungles on these mountains is a nightmare. Besides, you'd end up in Vietnam.
No, but if we can get to Thailand, if we can make it to the Mekong River.
Yeah, the Big Muddy. If you could, you would, right?
Yeah.
Were you all kind of in it together? You know, like, not that your conditions weren't nearly as extreme as your characters, but did you bond because of the sort of...
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think it's, yeah, you bond a lot more with someone sitting in a rice paddy in the middle of nowhere for 2 hours talking, rather than, you know, going out for beers after work. You know, I mean, it's just different, you know?
It absolutely influenced and informed the alchemy of our performances and our connection, because we all, Christian, Steve, and I was grateful to recognize they share the same kind of work ethic as I do. They haven't lost sight of how impossible it is to get anywhere in this business, and that, you know, it's like winning an interplanetary lottery to get anywhere, and so therefore, like, just to be in any film is a privilege, and then beyond that, you don't want to dishonor the experience that these gentlemen went through. And so yeah, the experience of us three together with that same kind of work ethic really
Crust as thick as a steak.
I think a big difference.
And on top shelf is a turkey. And I'm not talking Thanksgiving big, I'm talking an obscene, enormous, like 35-pound turkey with breasts the size of Jay Mansfield's, you know what I mean? With the gravy, stuffing, 6-pack of Budweiser.
No. No, I prefer the Bavarian Stein, you know?
Okay.
And it's so cool. You
All right,
get
that's
the
in
mist on
your
the side
fridge.
of the
This is
mug
my
and-
fridge,
Okay.
right?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
6-pack stays where it is.
Yeah.
In their fantasies, in starving, stack up their fridges. And Steve Zahn fantasizes about how stacked up this fridge is. And Dieter, or Christian Bale, interrupts him and takes him out of, shakes him out of this illusion, and the way Steve looks and is disappointed. It's very hilarious. It's not dark humor, it's funny.
There were two prominent moments where I thought it was where it was good. You know, the whole food in the fridge thing was a perfect moment to kind of, you know, give it that other. And I think it was important because these guys were so near death physically and mentally before Dieter came in. At least Dwayne was. He was really lost all hope. And it was important to show that other side so that, you know, they did hang in there for an extra 6 months before those rains came, you know.
Squished insect larva.
Protein. Oh, this is good to hear.